Now, Amelia could have just left it alone. But you wanted to put out a video claiming all these things about other people that you do. And I'm only going to be responding to the very first one. I took some notes. And we're going to go through the screenshots and videos I have, and we're going to have a discussion. So your first point in your video was about how it's not cool to bully and harass people. And here you are saying, one of my good friends was so close to reporting you to CPS and we found your real name. Also, just to let you know, calling CPS on somebody falsely is a crime. You know what's also a crime? Doxing people. Under that little blurred mark, because I blurred it out because I'm not a fucked up individual, is Kit's job. Now, why would you do that? And you do realize that is a crime. And not only did you dox her, you called her job so many times that the job had to threaten to get the law involved. This is just straight up bullying. You were fighting with this Hannah girl and you decided to make fun of her teeth. For what? I don't regret calling you a man now. That is bullying. This is bullying and harassment. Getting someone's account restricted because they called you out for being racist is bullying and harassment. The second point in your prequel to your story time is about getting profiles banned and how you said it's not cool to get your profiles banned when you're out here taking people's profiles down for calling you out for being a shitty person and dead naming people, which is bullying and harassment. Here is you admitting about taking profiles down. Heart reacting when Addie got action taken on her account from your behalf. The third point in your prequel was about making multiple posts. And right here I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on just your story time and the mean girls that you're accusing of being mean girls when they're people who are just calling you out for your bad behavior and you don't like it. That's not a mean girl, Amelia. Here's one of your multiple posts. 2 of your multiple posts. And if it's all a big joke to you, why do you keep making posts? Another one of your multiple posts. And one of the other points when you said something about making multiple posts is that it was about your past. Amelia, if you keep doing something over and over again, it is not in your past. It is actually present. So we're not calling you out on your past. We're calling you out on everything you've been doing up until this moment. It's not your past if you keep doing it. Another one of your multiple posts. You also said something about when you don't know the person. I didn't know you know Kit and Addie in real life. Is that why you're stalking and harassing them? And then you want to say something about playing victim. Again, another one of your multiple posts about this. You will never be a victim, Amelia, in this situation. You will never be a victim in this situation because you are the perpetrator. People defending themselves against your shitty behavior against them is not bullying and harassment. It's not them being mean. They are a victim of you. Just so we're clear. And before we get into some other things, we're just going to point out, why are you using the R slur here? For what? And then you want to bring up how Kit and you don't fucks with each other because you are friends with her ex and you feel more compelled to believe him over her. He is a rapist and a pedophile, Amelia. And you know, not only did Kit come out about this, but so did so many other girls. And are you saying that all their stories are not real too? Are you turning a blind eye to them because you don't fuck with Kit? So all these other girls are just fucking lying about Ty being a fucking weirdo freak ass loser? Because I have a couple screenshots from the other girls. So under this post Kit made are a bajillion of screenshots of other girls coming forward, and I'm going to show you a couple. This girl says he's a rapist, pedophile, and was selling drugs to children and used and abused lots of her friends. She was 16 when she met him. There's all of this, but down here, he dated a girl named Madison, who every time I met her, they somehow got younger. So I assumed he was like 20, but he was around 24 when I found out her real age. It was 16, and he told me he was 18 the whole time, so she would have been around 14 to 16. Are they lying? When I was 14, he picked me up and gave me a bunch of acid and tried to give me this whole spiel about how my friends were ditching me and his friends ditching him was a universal lining because we were meant to be together. She was 14. But then you want to remove people who support your ex-best friend who you think isn't a good person. I don't know who that fucking guy is, and truly I don't fucking care. But the hypocrisy of you doing this when this was what was happening to Ty, and you belittled not only Kit, but those other women, you're fucking sick, Amelia. Also gonna throw in this. That is Belle Daphne dressed up as a child getting raped. First date idea, you're fucking sick. And then someone called you out for it and you tried to back it up. You wanted to pretend that someone was coming at you and attacking you when you were posting some weirdo sick pedo fucking shit. And then to end the argument with, or maybe a girl that's trying to hit on the man I'm talking to can stop talking about me like she knows me. Why is that relevant? Who fucking cares? You were posting some weird pedo shit, and then you also wanted to hop on Kitty's thread and call her a pedo. Hold on, I have the screenshot. This was on Kitty's post, and then you said, she is 39 years old, you're almost 40 doing this shit wild. She's actually like in her 20s, first of all. And aren't you 32 years old doing all of this shit to girls younger than you? And you want to call out other people? Crazy behaviors. People can pause to read this, but this is you talking about how you're not racist. Racism is possible towards white people, which I do agree with that, but you still saying the N-word to a white person is still, one, fucked up, and two, racist. And you can say you're not white, you're Native American. You're white, Amelia. Just because you have Native American in you does not mean that you are not white in the skin. I am Middle Eastern. I am white. That's just how it is. And to wrap it all up, you did that photo shoot on the children's playground, which is fucking sick, and you can say it was abandoned, but it definitely wasn't. And you can say that you do not deserve this, but you actually deserve a lot more hate, Amelia, because you're fucking sick in the head. And defamation only works when a statement is proven false, and all of this is proving otherwise. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Oh, ooh, I fucked up and said the N word to my white boyfriend. Well, ex boyfriend. I said the N word to him. Now, mind you, now, if it was to a black person and I was saying that to a black person, then therefore it would be racist. But if I'm saying it in a fucking way when I'm calling him ignorant, which that's what it means in the dictionary if people use common sense. And also, when people say Black Lives Matter, do you also mean White Lives Matter? Because it seems to me that white people were in slavery before black people were. Okay? There's your lesson for the day.
Ow, you nigger.